Striker Scorpion 82 is now sponsored by Warhammer Combat Cards, a card battle game featuring your favourite Citadel miniatures from the 40k universe. Build your army decks, dominate opponents in player versus player action, collect and upgrade cards to fit your strategy, improve their power and unlock unique traits. Choose from all 40k factions, take part in campaigns based on iconic 40k battles, rise to the top of the leaderboard and win glory. Free to download and play, link is in the video description below or on the channel homepage, and by using the unique link it helps support the channel. Thanks and enjoy the game. Welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 2000 points, Necrons versus Adeptus Custodes. Right, so welcome to this 2000 points game, Necrons versus Adeptus Custodes. It is a league match, so the results will go through for our Season 9 battle reports in the league. You can check out the league table, it's over on the Plus channel. So there's a tab there that says league, and you can see all the results and what position each army is. So each army we plan to play 3 games this season, and then the top number of armies will go through to the knockout stage towards the end of the year. So Necrons here, 2,000 points. Before I run through the list, just mention the patrons at gold level. So that is Andrew Swan, Bob Along Boy, one of the new gold level patrons, Luke Drengel, Marcus Anthony, Nathan Skrzuti, Nicholas Lucas, Paul Cook, Ray Cross, and Will Wright. Big thanks to them. Just an announcement in this video concerning the patrons. There's some changes here. All of the patrons getting an upgrade here. So those at gold level, the names are shouted out at the start of our battle reports. And then also they get a Patreon dice here. So a key role during the game, I'll call upon one of the golden patrons to help out, but you'll see that unfold as the game goes along. For silver level, their names will be in the end credits, and also I'm going to call their names out at the end of our battle report as well. And those at bronze level, their names will now be entered into the end credits of the video. So all the patrons at the different levels receiving an upgrade here, just as a way of bringing them into our games and a way of saying thank you for their support as well. All the proceeds on the Patreon page go to my local War Games Club, SSWG. That really helps them out. Okay, so Necrons, this is a league game here. So the first game for the Necrons and the first game of the season as well for Tom Covier's Adeptus Custodes. Necrons here, slight structure change. This is the final list now for the Necrons. So it's a double patrol. So I lose 2 command points for that. And then taking 2 extra relics as well. It's dropping down to 8 command points for this list. Yeah, and I'm spending another 2 command points for Hand of the Pharaoh here being played. So Ramses gets to use his might will be done twice instead of once in the command phase. Mefrit Dynasty here. So Solar Fury is the special ability. At half range, it's an extra AP -1 for shooting weapons, and plus 3 inches for range weapons as well. So 4 HQs being taken here in this list. So first of all is the Warden. Here, Relic, the Conduit of Stars, just an improved Relic Blaster weapon for him. I've taken an Overlord. Ramses is his name. He's equipped with the Glaive, a Tachyon Arrow, And then the relic for him is the Veil of Darkness, so that's himself and another unit nearby. Infantry unit can jump across the board and relocate. Then the third HQ choice is Tamam Ra. Resurrection Orb for him, Gauls Cannon and War Scythe. Warlord trait, Merciless Tyrant, so +1 attack and +1 strength. And then finally, the fourth HQ choice is Illuminor Xerus. Here, not taking any Warlord traits for him, just the standard Illuminor Xerus here to help bolster the Necron battle line. On to troops. I have 3 troops here, 2 units of 20 Necron warriors. Squads are split here, 10 equipped with the Gauls Reapers, and then 10 equipped with the Gauls Flayers. Both squads are the same. The Necron Immortals, previously 2 units of 5, have now merged them into 1 unit of 10, all equipped with Gauls Blasters. Then Elite's Choice, Scorpec Destroyers, a unit of 6. I've taken a Plasma Sight to go with them as well. Then Elite's Choices here, Hexmark Destroyer, debut for this model, this unit on the channel. It's never appeared before, just fresh off the painting desk. I have given him a relic. It's Gauntlet of the Conflagrator here being used. Just an extra shooting weapon available for him. So it'll be interesting to see how well this unit gets on in the game. And I think that's everything except, yes, fast attack. Tomb Blades, unit of 6. For those shield veins, so 3+ armor save, and I've also paid the points to give them I think it's called Shadow Loom. It's the 5+ invuln save available for them as well, just to use up the last points here in this list. And then finally 2 Canoptic Doomstalkers equipped with their Doomsday Blasters, 2 of them now, one of them just fresh off the painting desk as well, just rushing to get this army finished and officially entered into the league. But that's the list here for the Necrons. We'll take a look now and see what Tom Kovier has in his Adeptus Custodes list. Alright, so 2,000 points of Adeptus Custodes. These 2 armies clashed towards the end of the league last season. I can't remember, it was one of the knockout games, I think. Necrons are put out of the league here by the Adeptus Custodes, so we've got a grudge match in our hands here, which is good to see, and it'll be interesting to see who prevails in this fight. We'll let Tom run through his Custodes list.
Okay, so 2,000 points of Talons of the Emperor today. I'm doing something a little bit different. I've brought some Sisters of Silence just because I was finishing them off. Obviously, they're not going to come in massively helpful because there's no Psychers on the other side, but I just wanted to give them a run out. I've got a battalion today, and I've got 3 HQs. They're all Shield Captains, so just Shield Captain on foot, and Valerian and Alea. The 2 Shield Captains are equipped very differently. I've got a Shield Captain with the Axe, and because I'm taking the Dread Host trait, he has the Warlord trait All-Seeing Annihilator, and he has the Relic Axe, which is just a flat 3 damage. I've also spent a CP for Captain Commander to give him Indomitable Construction for 2 wounds, plus 2 wounds on top. The second Captain has the relic, the Veiled Blade. So basically just means if he is within 3 inches of an objective, he gets 2 extra attacks. And then I've paid 10,000 heroes for 1 CP to give him a Warlord trait of Radiant Mantle, so he's -1 to hit. I've used my final relic, so I've opened the vaults and spent 3 CP for the Eagle's Eye relic on the banner again, like I normally do, just to give him a 3+ invulnerable save. I cannot see any reason why I can't use this on Valerian. I've checked the card and it seems fine. I'm giving Valerian Victor of the Blood Games for 2 CP, just for the free rerolls. And then going on to the troops choices, I've got 4 troops choices today. All 4-man squads of Custodes. The first 2 are just Custodian Guards. I've got 2 Sword and Board and 2 Spears in this one. And then I have 1 Sword and Board, 3 Spears in the other. I have a 4-man squad of Sagittarium Guard and a 4-man squad of the Mauta Spears. The name eludes me, so I'm not going to try and remember. Then going on to the elite choices, I obviously have the Vexilla. I have a squad of 5 Vigilator Sisters of Silence with greatswords. And I have also a squad of Wardens as well, all equipped as they are, so that's 4 Guardian Spears and 1 Axe. Then I have the Achilles Dreadnought as well in the Elite's choice, and I also have a sneaky little assassin in there as well at the back. So that is my 2,000 points of Dreadhost Talons of the Emperor.
All right, so that's Tom's list. Good to see the Adeptus Custodes back on the channel once again. The way we're going to run the league here, we're talking to the other players. I think it's fair. We're not going to tell each other what armies we're bringing. Each time we play a game, we're not going to say what armies we're bringing. It's going to be a surprise for both of us, whoever's involved. It means that we can't list Taylor. We don't know which armies we're up against. And so I think that's going to be fair all round. Towards the end of the season, though, when it comes to the knockout stage, those armies that have made it through to the final stages will present a final list which can't be changed all the way through to the finals. Just keeps things fair. Because what we want to do during the league is allow armies to change and to adapt and to introduce new units and so on, just as people expand on their armies and introduce new models in, that's fine. And then at the end of the season, the knockout stage, the lists will be fixed. And then we'll keep the armies a surprise, so that will help stop players from being tempted to tailor their lists for the opponent that they face. So the two armies are set. We'll go on to scenario and deployment now for this battle. Alright, so we have a scenario. It's been randomly determined from the Grand Tournament 2020 book. Strike Force is the name of the mission, so deployment looks something like this. There's 6 objectives on the board, 1 deployment zone here, 1 deployment zone in the other corner. 6 objectives, 1 in each deployment zone, and then 4 strung across the battlefield like so. So those are marked out here by the green striking scorpion objective markers, 1 there, and then 1 across here, and then the 4th one in no man's land is over in that corner, and then a home objective here, and then a home objective across the other side. It's primary objectives then. The control of 2 or more objective markers is worth 5 points at the start of the command phase. 3 or more is worth another 5, and then more than the opponent is worth another 5 on top of that. There is a specific secondary for this mission. It's data intercept. So each time a unit from your army successfully completes the following action, you score a number of victory points equal to the number of objective markers you currently control. So there's an incentive to control as many objective markers as possible, and it increases the number of points that you can score. Data intercept is an action. 1 unit from your army can start to perform this action at the end of your movement phase if it's within range of the objective marker, and no enemy units, excluding aircraft, within range of that objective marker. The action is complete at the end of your command phase, of your next command phase, so long as the unit performing it is still within range of the same objective marker. So it's a case here of clearing objectives, holding them, and seeing that action through to pick up the points. So if that action's completed and you're controlling 3 objective markers, it's worth 3 points. I think that's the way it works for that secondary. We'll go on to secondaries now. Both players will pick secondary objectives here for their forces. All right, so secondaries have been chosen by both sides. Tom's gone for Assassinate here. Necrons have 4 characters. No, they have 5. There is a Hexmark Destroyer as well. So there's 5 characters that Tom can try and eliminate. And he's obviously got an Assassin as well, so it makes sense to take Assassinate. Domination is gone for here, so that's the control of more than half of the objective markers on the board. It's worth 3 points a turn. And then he has gone for the mission-specific Data Intercept as well. So the control of objectives will be crucial here for Tom in this game. And then for the Necrons, while we stand, we fight. It's the largest points valued units now, so it's the 2 warrior squads for the Necrons, and then also the Scorpec Destroyers coming in as the 3rd most expensive unit. If the Necrons keep those units alive, they're worth 5 points per unit. Purge the Vermin has been gone for as well. It's the clearance of table quarters, worth 4 points a turn, and then we have gone for Assassinate as well. So Tom has 5 characters as well, I believe, for his force.
6, I think the Assassin counts as a character.
Character probably does, yeah. So plenty of characters for the Necrons to go for if they can get through to them is the problem. That's the secondaries chosen for both sides. We'll start. We'll determine who's deploying where, and then we'll start placing our units on the board. Yeah, so we've rolled off here. Tom won, and he's elected to take that table quarter. So the Adeptus Custodes will be deploying across the other side, and then the Necrons, this will be their deployment zone across here. We'll start alternating placing units on the board. Just to mention the battle mat and terrain that we're using in this game. So the battle mat is by gamemat.eu, rolls out nice and flat. We put our terrain on top, and then just some stones, some grey stones, and scatter different sizes just to blend the whole thing in. And then some of the terrain that we're using is from gamemat.eu as well. So it's the Gothic Ruins set, pre-painted, available from them. So you can check out at gamemat.eu for your supplies of battle mats and pre-painted terrain as well. The link for them is in the video description below. Okay, so deployment is done for both sides. Necrons first, the Doomstalker, one of them here just anchoring this objective, is just tucked in there. The other one I've set up on the right hand side, getting ready to move around. The thing is, in this game, there's only one objective, home objective each. The rest are out there in no man's land and spread all the way across the table, so both sides will have to make a broad advance here. So Necron warrior squads, one at the front, 2 ranks deep, up to about here. Second one, clustering together around here. Tamra right in the middle. Ramses just in front. Scorpec destroyers and the plasma site to his right. The Warden's tucked in over here. He's trying to avoid being shot at by the assassin. You'll see where Tom's Vindicare assassin is deployed in just a moment. Luminor Zero just next to Tamra. Then the Tomb Blade just tucked here. Immortals anchoring the extreme left hand side. And then finally the Hexmark destroyer. It's in hyperspace here. So he's just off the board, able to deep strike in turn 2 onwards. And with the rules for him, he can deep strike as normal, or he may well follow another unit, an enemy unit coming in from deep strike, as well as some special rules for this debut unit here for the Necrons. We'll go around the other side of the table and see Tom's deployment. So again, on a broad front here with the Adeptus Custodes. So Custodian Guard Squad on the right-hand side, a Shield Captain with them. The Assassin's gone with them as well. The terrain's a little bit tricky for the Assassin. These buildings are playing as line-of-sight blocking terrain, obscuring terrain here. So the Assassin's quite limited with his fields of fire. So he's joined this unit here on the lower levels, on ground level. The banner just here. The Warden's out the front and in the middle. Behind them is Valerian. The Sisters of Silence just in the building here. And the Sagittarium Guard on top. They're range 36 or so. Yeah, good. Okay, good range with them. And then Custodian Guard Squad on the extreme left-hand side. And who is this one?
Another Shield Captain.
Another Shield Captain on the left with them. Tom does have reserves. Yeah, it's the Achilles Dreadnought in reserve, and then the Melter Spear unit here to deep strike in as well. So deployment's done. We're almost ready to start the game. I just mentioned at this point we do have a competition that's running. So to enter in, the prize is posted to wherever you are. It's one of these badges from KOYO. The link for them is in the video description below. They do Warhammer merchandise. This is a collectible pin badge. It's a mystery one, so it could be any of these here, and it could even be the double-headed eagle, the golden one, available there. But all the Xenos, a lot of the Xenos factions and Imperial factions, there is a unique pin badge there. All you have to do to enter the competition is like the video, so hit the thumbs up, and then leave a comment in the comment section below, and you'll be automatically entered in. And in about a week's time after this video has been released, we will select someone at random, and wherever you are in the world, we will post that out to you if you win. I think one of the last ones we sent out was to Florida in the USA, so that was one of the last winners for that competition. So just like the video and leave a comment to enter in. Okay, so here we go. We'll roll up to see who goes first.
Surely you should use one of your Patreons for this momentous moment, should you not?
Oh, well, thanks, Tom. Yes, why not? We'll go for Mr. Zrangel here. Luke Zrangel, one of the golden patrons, will help me with my dice rolling. Daha, a 4, not too bad. But Tom's rolled a 5. That means he has to go first, the way it's changed now. So there is no choice involved. It saves a few seconds in the game. Not having to choose, just straight away. Yeah. We're going to go on to turn 1. It will be the Adeptus Custodes that go first. Right, so we're on turn 1. Tom's going to make his move. He's saying it may not be too much going on here because he doesn't want to get too close to the Necrons.
I didn't really want first turn.
Didn't want first turn. Okay. Thanks, Mr. Zrengel. Then the dice result turned out quite well. We'll let Tom make his moves here. He's saying the Necron battle line does look intimidating. Tom's force hyper elite here. Necrons boasting a large legion of models getting ready to move across the board here. It's gold versus silver or chrome here in this fight. Tom, and he is moving. I can see him moving some models here. So we'll let him make his moves with his units. Okay, movement is complete. So now entering into this ruin here with the Custodian Guard, Assassin, and also the Shield Captain. Banners in between the units. Wardens, they haven't really moved, have they? No, they've sat where they are. They're holding the objective.
Because the problem is at the minute, your threat range is about 21 inches without advancing.
Yes.
So you'd have to roll a...
It's the weapon in particular, isn't it? It's the Gauls Reapers.
Yeah, because it's strength 5.
Strength 5 minus 2.
Minus 2, and then if you get close enough, minus 3, which is not...
Okay.
Which is a bit frightening. So yeah, I'm just holding off, waiting until you move a bit closer, and then I can try and countercharge.
Yes, Tom knows the Necrons have to push forward, so he's going to abide his time with them. Slight adjustment with these. They've moved around this side here just to hide from the Doomstalker, which could see them. I would have been able to shoot at them on turn 1. So terrain, there's plenty of these ruins, so they are scalable, defensible, obscuring, breachable, light cover as well. The footprint of them, I've marked some of the edges with boxes and barrels just to give us the right dimensions for them. Same with this one here. There's a larger one across here, which the Necrons' large portion of their army is hiding behind at the moment. This larger one on Tom's right-hand side as well. Then we're playing Munitorum armoured containers, the usual rules for those, and there's a few obstacles on the board as well. But that's Tom's movement done. No psychers. So all of course there is these.
No, they're not psychers.
Oh, the anti-psychers.
They hate psychers.
Okay.
They're like the complete opposite of psychers.
Sorry, so but there's no anti-psycho phase, so we'll move on. No psychic phase at all. We'll go on to shooting phase next. So it's good to see these two sides on the battlefield again. They clashed towards the end of the season, so there's a grudge going on between these two forces. So happy to see them fighting it out. If Tom wants to, surely the assassin will
that's literally all I've got.
Kick off with the first shot here.
That's my first and only shot. Nothing else can shoot. Nothing else can see anything. So
I think he's going to go after Ramses.
yeah.
Yeah.
I always win and try and choose anyway.
Right, there's nothing I can do. There's Ramses. He's tucked in there. He can be seen by the assassin. He's going to shoot through the window. It's very Hollywood here. Straight.
Now, the bad thing is I moved, so I'm -1 to hit.
Okay.
So I'm hitting on 3s, and I know what my rolls are like. Yeah, I knew it.
It's a 1.
I have to use my CP.
Can't reroll. Right, Tom's got only got 3 of them, so it's a precious. Come on. Oh, it's a 1. He has missed.
Come on.
Oh, he's not hit the target. Now, that is rare that happens, but it's...
It's not rare, it happens to me. It happens a lot to me.
Okay.
Always. Always the 1. I should just leave it alone. That's my turn.
That's it? No other shooting?
No, I've got nothing else I can see. Anything. There's line of sight blocking everywhere, and I moved with everything else.
Okay, turn 1 is finished. We're going to move on to the first turn for the Necrons coming up next. Yeah, it's on turn 1 for the Necrons. About to move here in the command phase. So there's some abilities to use. No points picked up at all here, so 0 at this point. So we'll go on to movement now for the Necrons. All right, so movement is complete for the Necrons. No panic from them, just a slow but steady advance from them. I haven't advanced with anything, I don't think. I was tempted to advance the Necron Warriors, but just gone the 6-inch move, just the extra inch being granted by Ramses and the Warden as well. So starting to push through into the terrain. Here, this unit here up to the barricade. They've both been blessed by Ramses himself. Tamara then blessed the bikers here, the Tomb Blades. Then Illuminor Xeris gave them, rolled randomly and gave them +1 toughness, so toughness 6 now for the bikers. Scorpec Destroyers just moving up, just like a fighting reserve here. Plasma Sight with them. Tamara, slight adjustment with him. I have moved both of the Canoptic Doomstalkers. This one's moved around this way, 10 inches, just to get some options here for shooting. And then this one that was here, it's just tucked to the edge of the ruin, just to be able to see across in this direction as well. It does limit their the effectiveness of their firepower. They go to strength 8, I believe. The damage isn't as bad, but it was either that or fire at no target at all with this one here, and indeed the other one. Just again, the line of sight blocking terrain causing issues here for the Necrons. Then on the left hand side, the Immortals pushing through, not moving out of the room but staying inside just to take the benefit of cover for next turn. That's movement done. We'll go on to shooting phase now. Plenty of options here for the Necrons. So shooting phase here, the Tomb Blades are going to fire first. 5 out of the 6 models are in range, going to fire at the Custodian Guard Squad in the ruin. It is -1 to hit them. We didn't advance. We've been blessed, so back up to 3s for our hits. That's the number of dice. I've played Talent for Annihilation for a command point. Necrons at the moment, we're on 6, gained 1 this turn, and then we've used a command point here for this stratagem. And then also just to mention, Protocol of the Eternal Guardian, we chose light cover, which was useless this turn. Tom only had that 1 shot. So this is the dice, needing 3s, and then we'll be routing, searching for mortal wounds. So 3s for hits, no kind of rerolls available. So looking about average, that's the misses. Great thing about these, they're strength 6 here. This is the particle beamers, and 6s are good. Yeah, okay. So 3 mortal wounds come through. They're on 6+, feel no pain for mortal wounds?
Only against psychopaths.
Oh, right, okay, interesting. So I think that's in addition. So we're looking for 3s to wound. That's a failure. There's a lot here. It's going to be a 2+ armor save. 14 saves of 2+. So Tomb Blade's asking a question immediately here in the shooting phase.
1 dead.
And a wound yet. Okay, so there's 2 models slain. It's 1 from the mortal wounds, 1 from the ones coming through, and a wound goes on to another. So good shooting there from the Tomb Blades. Right, next up, Necron Warriors. 5 of the Gauze Reapers can shoot, and then the regular Gauze Flayers, they can all shoot just 1 shot with them. So Gauze Reapers needing 3s, because again they've been blessed by Ramses here, if my will be done. There's no cards or any kind of stuff going on with these ones. Looking for 3s. Strength 5, toughness 5, so 4s to wound. 4 make it through. AP -2. Tom's in cover, so it's going to be -1 overall, so 3s.
Yeah, well, it's got to be on the spear anyway. He's only got 2 wounds left, so 1 wound left.
He's still alive, and he's still alive. Okay, so it's 1 wound in total. And then it's 10 shots for the Gauze Flayers. Looking for 3s, and then 5s to wound. 3 make it through at -1, so +1 for Tom, so it's on 2s. He's trying to keep this lone model alive. Yes, no effect with them. Okay, we'll go on to the Canoptic Doomstalker. It does have line of sight through to that Custodian Guard Squad in the ruin, so we'll go after them. We'll try and pick off the last wound with the Twin Gauze Flayer at 1 hit, because it's -1 to the hit rolls, and there's no wound. And then now it's D6 shots with the low power weapon. It is 6, it's good, but it's going to be at the lower version here. 5s for hits, and 1. Yeah, strength 8, 3s to wound. No, and we'll leave it at that, so no impact from the Canoptic Doomstalker. So I'm going to fire these next. Just the way the line of sight works, 5 of them along these windows here can see through to the Custodian Guard Squad just over here, and the rest are going to fire up the road. They're range 33. So we'll do 5 shots with them first of all. So they were blessed this turn, so they're on 2s for hits. Oh yes, they're in range as well with the banner. Yeah, it's just, they've all missed then, just that one. 4 is the wound, strength 5. This is the this is the Wardens. Yeah, -2. Pass. That's their 4+ in one save. And then across here, 3 of them in rapid fire range, so that'll be 6 shots, and then the other 2 not in rapid fire. We'll do those. They've hit 1 hit. Falls for a wound. Yeah, wound comes through. That's -2. So a wound caused That's going to finish off one of the models. And then the rapid fire shots, 3s, because they've been blessed. And then falls to wound, 2 wounds come through, -3, but Tom will take invuln saves. Past
both
using the shield. Yep, no problem. Okay, the Custodian Guards squad across there has been reduced down to 1 model left, so we've now got opportunity to shoot at the characters. I'm going to fire Luminor Xerus at the Assassin. I'm going to try and see if we can do something to him. D3 shots with the Eldritch Lance, just the one. It's -1 to hit him, so it's going to be 4s. Missed. I did. Yeah, I just rolled 2 1s in a row. Okay, so it's fair's fair. Okay, we'll go. Tamra, I'm going to check my range. Range 27. I reckon I'm in. I did line them up to shoot at the Custodian Guards, so you should be okay. So it's from him. Range 27.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a straight 3 shots. 2s to hit, -1. 3s, 2 hits. 3s to wound, strength 6. And I could be tempted to come on reroll. Could be handy. Yeah, we'll come on reroll this one. Yes, so 2 wounds come through. Tom will take invuln saves.
Ooh.
Passed and passed on a double 6. Well done. Yeah, I'm going to use my Tachyon arrow from Ramses because he might not be around. He might be picked off by an assassin. So I'm going to fire at the Wardens. Going to try and pick one of those off. Needing a 3 to hit because of the modifier. We do hit. 2s to wound with that, I believe. Yeah, 6 comes through. So AP -5. Tom will take a 4+ invuln save. No. Be D6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to...
I've only got 2 CP. I can't.
Tom's saving them. Okay. So, stop. We'll go for... We'll use Mr. Anthony here. Marcus Anthony's roll for the patrons. Looking for a 3 or more. He's got a 5. Well done. That's 5 wounds... Feel no pain.
They got a 6 up, feel no pain.
Oh, right, okay. Here it comes.
Don't do it.
No, all right. Picked off. Well done, Mr. Anthony. You've brought down one of the Wardens. Okay, getting close to the end of the shooting here for the Necrons. Necron Warriors, none of the Gauls Reapers are in range. They've all got line of sight through to the Wardens. These haven't been blessed, so 4s will be hits with these because of the -1. And it's going to be 5s to wound. 0 from them, no impact at all. I think that's all the firepower. No, we've got a Warden here with his firepower. So we'll go for 3 shots into the Wardens. Looking for 4s. Will hit. 3s to wound because of strength 6. Just the 1 wound comes through. AP -2. And it's 2 damage here. 6 pluses. No, 2 wounds picked off here by the Warden. Right, so we're talking about the patrons. It feels like we're ganging up on Tom here. So we're going to split these. So I'm going to run this row here. And then just like so, I've used up 2 already. And then Tom, if he so wishes, he can call upon one of the patrons for help. So Tom's got Andrew, Nathan, Paul and Will on his side today.
Maybe one of them can whisper in my assassin's ear and try and...
Exactly, yes. So one of these boys... Yeah, so if any of Will, Paul, Nathan or Andrew, if any of you previously were an assassin at all, then you could help Tom out in this game. Okay, right. So we've just got this Canoptic Doomstalker. It has moved. It's going to fire at the low profile. It is in range. It may well be the Wardens that we go after. Yes, the one that I killed was this one here, and it's put me out of range with him. So that is the end of the shooting phase. Canoptic Doomstalker, not in range. It's range 27 from Effort Dynasty, so no targets. And I can't see the Custodian Guard squad that's behind there. Tom's hidden them well. So end of shooting phase here for the Necrons is a little bit scary with their firepower, the AP -1, the high strength of many of the weapons, causing trouble here for the Custodes.
Anyway.
Yeah, we're talking about the Necrons. There's a meanness about them here, the ability to absorb damage, to reanimate, their nasty firepower, which gets nastier the closer you get to them.
Yeah,
and
if I do manage to get in combat with you,
I can pull back.
Happy days, I'll maybe kill 7,
Yeah.
and maybe 3 of them get back up, and then you can just retreat and fire at me with your full max AP. And
With we're talking about the Warden's ability here, and perhaps help from one of the protocols as well. So
they're solid. They're solid.
Okay, Necrons.
2 contenders, I'd say.
Okay, we'll see. And Tom's collecting Necrons as well, so we may well see these 2.
I really want to bring my Necrons against your Necrons, so you can
yes
feel the wrath of the
2 dynasties going to head to head. Okay. Yes, maybe at a future date that could be something that could happen. The Red Necrons versus the the green Necrons. Shooting phase finished here. Looking strong enough for the Necrons. Round off the turn. I don't think any points have been picked up here. Secondaries, no. Primaries, no. So we'll end the turn, and we'll move on to turn 2 now. The Adeptus Custodes. Difficult for them. They're outnumbered here and outgunned. They are tough enough, but Necron's presenting some nasty firepower here. We'll go on to turn 2 for Custodes next. Yeah, okay, so movement here for the Adeptus Custodes on turn 2. So the lone Custodian Guardsman has claimed the objective. Shield Captain just behind.
That's the Suicide Squad there.
Suicide Squad, okay. The idea is just to hold there for as long as they can. The Wardens have swung around behind the building, just protecting those for now, with the banner and Valerian as well. The Assassin, his job, Tom's moved into this window here. His one task, his mission, should he choose to accept it, is to take out Ramses just over there. Tom's going to try and pick him off this turn, if possible. The Sisters of Silence
They've just
in here.
To be within 3 inches of the...
And Alea, that's her name. She's with them. Sagittarium Guard on top here with a commanding view across the battlefield. Plenty of shots available for them, especially now because the Necrons are crossing into that ruin, so plenty of targets for them. And then swing round here to Tom's left-hand flank. There's a weighty attack now taking place. Dreadnought has arrived by deep strike. The Melter Squad as well. So Tom looking to shoot, destroy this thing, and if it still survives, charge into it. And then here, rounding the corner here, coming round with this squad of Custodian Guard and the Shield Captain with them also. So Tom's claimed this objective here. So this scenario, it's 2... objectives to be held to pick up points. Tom's only on 1, so no points picked up for primaries. Necron's in a similar situation, only holding this one that's under the base of the Doomstalk here. But not
the Sisters or Data Intercept on that as well.
All right, Data Intercept played, yes. So that's been played this turn. You picked up a point last turn as well for Data Intercept, so Tom's on 1 point here at this stage of the game. It doesn't sound very much, but Necrons are on 0, so we haven't scored very many points at this stage of the battle. Just looking around. Yes, the Hexmark Destroyer has landed just here. Range 18 pistols. Costs 1 command point to bring him in. He has to fire on the deep strike unit, so obviously we're going to fire into the Melter Squad. 6 shots with him. His debut. Needing 2s. Rerolling once. Okay, he's missed with one of his pistols. And then strength 6, so 3s to wound. And it's not bad at all. It's AP -1. 4 of them have made it through. What does that mean? 2 wounds taken?
2 wounds.
Yeah, 2 wounds taken. I haven't slain a model, so we won't get any more shots. But happy enough with the result. 2 wounds picked off of one of those Melter models. There is the relic, the Gauntlet of the Conflagrator here, but I don't want to get too close. It's range 12, so I don't want to use that one here and get too close to these units in case they get charged. Just hold him back with that weapon for now. But he's now landed, so he can start his shooting attacks each turn now and hopefully contribute to the Necron firepower. Pyrothite Spears, they're called. I'll just stick to Melter Spears, I think. Tom's shooting then, there's definitely more options available now. We'll see what the Custodes can do. So we're sharing the patrons. You can call upon one of your helpers.
Yeah, Nathan's going to help me.
Nathan's Krasuti, can he hit with the assassin?
Yes.
Good, well done.
All right. And then Paul, you're going to wound for me on 2.
Quite really. Oh, close.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's no invulnerable save allowed -3 AP. So
what did you roll to wounded to?
Yeah.
What strength are you?
I automatically wounded.
Ah, right, fine, good. And armor set AP -3. Oh, so I get some kind of.
Get 6 up.
Okay. Cover?
You don't get benefits of cover against the Exodus Roll.
Yeah, I need a 6. Aha! I'm going to roll a dice. Bob along boy. Because you never know what you might... Oh, no, failed. So what does that mean? What happens to me?
That means then I call upon... Have you got Adrian at the top?
Andrew.
I can't see it upside down. Andrew. I'll call on Andrew.
For damage.
For 3 damage.
No, blast.
And then I'm going to go all out and finish off mine with the final one, which is Will.
Will, right.
And on a... I might need to check this. I think it's on a 4+, you take another mortal wound.
Yes.
So no.
Okay, so it stops at that point. 3 wounds taken
Yep.
on Ramses. Okay, Patron's getting involved with that shooting phase there, or just that. God, you burnt them all up here, Tom. It's obviously in desperation here to bring Ramses down. His 5-wound model, he's taken 3, so he's still very much alive here. Obviously, living metal, he'll recuperate one of those wounds next turn. So Necron target's proving difficult to assassinate here at this point. Tom's wondering whether to use a command point and shoot again. It has to be against another target.
It's really worth it because he's got a lot of wounds, isn't he? 9 wounds?
Yeah, it's 8 wounds, I think, for him.
Yeah.
So it's unlikely to bring him down entirely.
Because it has to be a different model, and I can't see anyone else. I don't want to shoot at the Tamron Ra because
pick off. But you can't even shoot the plasma. I was going to say shoot the plasma sight. You can't because it can't be targeted.
And he's on a vehicle as well, so he's not infantry, so I won't be wounded on 2s.
Right.
So I'll probably just call it at that.
Okay. Then we'll move on to something else to shoot with.
Yep. Go with the Pyrothite Spears next.
Okay. Outer Spears. I think this is their obvious target, but...
Yeah, I'll go four shots.
Okay, into the Canoptic Doomstalker, needing 2s.
Well,
6 6 and a 1.
Rerolling the 1 because of the captain.
Foul, it's another double 1.
Strength 8, toughness 7.
Toughness 6, I think, on them.
6,
yeah, it's 3s to wound.
2, and you get your input.
2 wounds. 2 4+ invuln saves. Passed one of them, and I'd like to keep it alive. I think now might be the time to use the command reroll. Yeah, well, go for it. Command reroll, 4+. It is a 4, so that's been blocked. So a Dread Spear. This is coming from the Dreadnought.
Coming from the Dreadnought, 2 shots, hitting on 2s.
Nice.
Strength 8, wounded on 3s.
1 comes through.
Minus 2 AP.
4+ invuln save. No.
Splat 3 damage.
Okay, 3 wounds. Scores dropping down to 9. Okay, there is another weapon.
The Twin Adratic Destructor is Assault 2. 2 hits. But I need 5s. No.
Okay. Okay, this is a Guardian Spear.
Missed. Missed again. These double ones.
A lot of double 1s.
I love the double ones.
The reason why, Tom, is because you're using the Imperial Fist dice. They're terrible dice.
It's close to golden as I could have got.
Okay.
And then we'll go with the Shield Captain with the axe. So it's just a 1 shot again. Hits.
Just
Need
about.
5. Doesn't do anything. Nope.
Okay.
That's my shooting for this side. Done.
Okay. It may well be close combat where this thing's brought down if Tom can make it in here against the Canoptic Doomstalker. Yeah, it's a conundrum here. It's a strange situation. If Tom starts to... We talked about this earlier on. If he starts to pick off casualties from the Necron Warriors and I restore them to play, and maybe I'll restore them, string them out towards objectives, and it will enable me to pick up points for primaries. So it's kind of a weird situation, that one. But
yeah, I'm not going to shoot at them. I'm going to fire everything into your...
It's going to go after him.
Dirty long legs.
Yeah, okay.
So hitting on 2s.
This is damage 2, these, when they come through, so this could cause trouble. It's an exceptionally good roll. There's 5 have made it through. AP minus... Right. So 4+. 4+ save, 4+ invuln save. I've rolled terribly, because I'm actually... I've got 1 wound left. God, that was good shooting. Yeah, well, that was a scary moment. Canoptic Doomstalker's almost gone, just 1 wound remaining. Yeah, that's it. Shooting phase is now finished. Charges then. There's nothing across here, but we've got 2 potential charges to take place. These going to charge?
Yeah, they're going to charge into them. I'm going to try.
Wow, they are going to charge. They're going to go into the Necron Immortal set. Yeah, my Overwatch, these are at the edge, but line of sight's terrible here against this one model, so I'm not going to Overwatch. Tom's just going to charge in. Looks like a 6 or so charge. We'll put him in. It's a 5. We'll measure up. There is the Ghost Inch. You might need a little bit more than that to get in.
No, it's not going to get in.
It's not going to be enough. Does he command reroll? Command points are precious here for the Custodes. Yeah, he's not going to command reroll yet. He's going to save command points. The captain's going to have a go. That's an 8. It's worth a look. Captain's further away, but Tom's rolled better.
Nope.
No. Charge does not go ahead. So now we'll switch over to, or maybe Tom's saving the command reroll for this side. There's two units that can try and charge in. If Tom makes contact, this thing's dead. For sure.
The downside is if I make contact with that and kill that, which I will, if I get in, they're dead. Because what's the movement on your destroyers?
Right, that's what you mean.
Yeah,
8.
The counter punch will be. I'd almost be wiser just standing there. Maybe try and send one unit in. Okay, I'll try and. I'll use the Dreadhost strat for 1 CP.
Yep.
For a 3d6, pick the highest charge.
Okay.
And I will just do that on my.
Who to send in? Dreadnought or the Smelter Spear squad?
I'll send the Dreadnought in.
Here it comes. I'm not going to Overwatch.
Yep.
No, he's in. He certainly is. Okay, so the charge goes ahead. Yeah, Tom's fighting around the edges of the Necrons here, but the main nut is proving intimidating for sure. But got to start somewhere. Should be able to bring this thing down. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't. We'll see what happens with this. I mean, this is a debut for this unit. You haven't used it before.
No, I haven't used it before,
Okay.
no.
This is the Achilles Dreadnought. Yeah, one of the problems here is the counterpunch ability of the Necrons. The ability to absorb damage and then hit back potentially harder with reserve units, such as these Scorpec destroyers.
So it's 5 attacks.
Needing 2s. 2 have missed.
Doing well so far. And
It's got
times 2 strength 14, so needing 2s again.
They've all wounded. I'll take my 4+ Invon save. 444.
It wouldn't surprise me with these Xenos dice.
No, failed. So it's going to die. It doesn't explode. The legs have been plucked off the spider here. It comes crashing down. Well done. Dreadnought has destroyed its target. All right, Dreadnought's moved. Consolidation moved across in this direction, not wanting to get too close to these. There may well be a attempted counterattack here from the Necrons, but that's it finished, isn't it? I think nothing else to do. So end of turn, secondaries picked up. At this point, Tom has domination.
Yeah, couldn't get domination.
Data intercept, points picked up at the start of this turn, and then Tom set himself up to pick up probably more than one, because it depends on how many objectives you're holding. So more.
If I'm lucky, I'll get 2.
Okay. And then assassinate here. Tom on the lookout for taking out Necron characters. But the turn finishes here. We're going to the second turn for the Necrons coming up next. Okay, movement for the Necrons is now complete. So not holding back here, continuing to push ahead. During the command phase then, we blessed, Ramses blessed 2 units and restored a wound on himself, a living metal as well. So the 2 squads here. And then Tamara blessed the Tomb Blades, so +1 to their hit rolls as well. So this squad on the right hand side just pushing through the ruins and leaning to their right hand side to deal with these units on their right. Moving around here, 8 inches, swinging around with the Scorpec destroyers. The charge range pretty good for them. They're being supported by Tamara. Plasma Sight moving up with them as well. Hexmark destroyers gone through the window here and is now tucked inside the ruin, getting ready to lay down some firepower with his pistol shots. Then the other Necron Warrior squad is starting to cross the obstacles here. They're paying 2 inches to do so, so 4-inch move. Crossing over, and it'll slow them down for another turn. And then Tomb Blades just moving up tight behind. I was thinking about jumping them over, but we're just going to hold back with them for now. In between those units, just at the hinge here, is Illuminor Xerus. He's added +1 toughness to this squad, so toughness 5 Necron Warriors now, and then Ramses pushing through, and the Warden in between those units as well. Immortals pushing ahead to get within range here for rapid fire, and then also to control that objective as well on the left hand side. So Necrons putting on the pressure here. Canoptic Doomstalker holding position for now, and that's all the movement done. So Necrons continuing to push out straight ahead and to their left and to their right here towards the centre of the table where most of the objectives are. Movement's done. We'll go on to Necron shooting phase next. So I'm going to start with the Hexmark Destroyer. He's just tucked in the ruins there. It's going to continue to fire at this squad. I'll fire the Gauntlet of the Conflagrator first of all. So it's 1 auto hit. Then I'm going to roll 4 dice for each model.
You want to do it the other way, because if you kill a model, then you get an extra shot.
Yes.
I'm just being nice.
Thanks, Tom. Yeah, he's saying pick off with the pistols and I'll get an extra shot with the pistol. Yes, I think it makes sense. Okay, we'll do pistols.
It'll make no difference
Yeah.
for the models.
So I'm looking for 2s for hits, rerolling ones. This is hit 6 times now. 3s to wound. Okay, 4 at -1.
So if I fail 1, which I do, then it kills 1.
Slays 1.
You get another shot.
Yep, another shot, which hits. And looking for a wound. It does, and a save here of
There you go.
3 plus. Okay.
No, it's -1, so it's a 3 plus. No, it doesn't make
Okay.
a difference in that.
Right,
Long
then
one, but-
do Gauntlet and looking for 6s for mortal wounds. And there is 1, so mortal wound caused. So the 6 weapons, the enigmatic disintegrator pistols, whatever they're called, their pistol type. So is the Gauntlet of the Conflagrator as well. That's that's a pistol also. So I'm able to fire both of those weapons. But the Hexmark Destroyer, just trying to pick off targets here with his pistol firepower. So I'm going to fire the Canoptic Doomstalker across here at the Dreadnought. So D6 shots, just the 2, not going to re-roll that one. Looking for 4s, got a hit. Looking for 3s, failed to wound. Strength 10, so nope. And then 2 shots with the flares. And there's no wound, so no impact from this one at all. I'm going to fire Tamara next. He's going to put his shots into the melter team. So 3 shots needing 2s. Yeah, it's got his hits. 3s to wound. They're all wounded. It's going to be AP -3, so Tom will take 4 plus invuln saves.
No.
Failed 2, it's it's D3 damage a time. Gonna let it go through. No command reroll, so here comes D3. It's 2 wounds caused.
You killed 1 then.
Kill 1, and then D3 on the other one.
Yeah.
2 wounds caused on another model. Good shooting from Tamara. Going to fire the Warden here. It's 19-inch rapid fire with the relic weapon. It's in range of these. You can see them. So looking for 3s. That's ridiculous score. And then 3s to wound. No, because strength 6. Just the 1 comes through. AP -3. It's foul. It's 2 damage. Another model slain from that squad. Going to fire Luminor Xeris into the assassin. There's nothing that can block and protect him. So D3 shots. This is the Eldritch Lance. 3. He's a natural -1 to hit. 4s. 2 hits. Rolling to wound. Double 6. AP -4. Tom will take a 4 plus invuln save.
No.
Oh, failed 2. It's going to be D6 damage a time.
I've already got 2 CP. I can't.
And you got 2 CP. Here it comes. 2D6. I think he's going to go. 10 wounds. Assassin picked off here. Ouch. Hear it from the Necrons. Their firepower is being particularly deadly this turn. Okay, going to fire this squad here. 7 of the Reapers in range to fire here, and then the other 10 Gauls flares are going to go into this squad across here. So, do the Gauls flares first of all. This squad has been blessed. They're on 2s, so they've all hit. 5s to win though. 3 come through at AP -1, so 3 ups. Okay, wound cause. That's on that Custodian Guard squad. Right, so Gauls Reapers now to try and finish off the melter team, potentially. And in 2s. Okay, 4s to wound. I have to say.
There's no potentially about that, I don't think. 8, is it?
8, yes, AP -2.
Yeah.
And in 4s, and he's going to go, yeah. No, 4 wounds caused, so melter team gone.
He's got ready mad.
Right, -1 to hit. I'm shooting at the captains. This is the Tomb Blades. They're going after the shield captain. That's the model just behind the one in front. Playing for talent for annihilation. You're going to try and look for some mortal wounds as well. The full squad can fire, so it's going to be... they've been blessed as well, so it's 2s to hit, 3s to hit. Okay, so we'll take away all the misses. There is a good few that have missed. These particle beamers are at strength 6, so 3s to wound. 6s are useful if we can get any. We've got 2. There's 2 mortal wounds come through. If Tom has any kind of feel no pains available for him, no. Okay, so 2 mortal wounds go through, and then we'll take away the ones that have failed here. So no minus, 13 saves of 2+.
No minus?
No minus at all.
Half range?
You
not get minus 1 AP?
No, we are too far. Our range is 21, so we need to be within 11.
Okay.
So, or 10.5, sorry.
How many did you say?
13. So there's a couple.
Yeah.
2 more wounds caused. Okay. Going to fire the Immortals into him as well, so it's going to be 20 shots at rapid fire. Looking for 3s. Oh no, it is -1 to hit him, so 4s for hits. Okay, and then strength 5 on these ones, so 4s to wound. Just 4 come through. They're AP -3. Tom will take him 1 saves.
1 through? Is it just 1 damage?
Yes, 1 damage caused. So Necron Warrior Squad here about to offload their firepower. They've been blessed. We're going to go with the Reapers against the Captain at the back within range 15, and the Gauls Flayers. They're now in rapid fire of the Custodian Guardsmen holding on to the objective. So splitting their firepower. We'll go with the Gauls Flayers first of all. They're going to try and take out the Guardsmen on the objective. So 2s. Straight 2s, no minuses on these, right? Okay, so those have missed. 5s to wound. It's not bad, but there's a chance this model's going to survive. There's only 4 have come through, so AP -2.
3.
He does survive, alright, so it's not going to go. So 1 wound caused. And then we're going to go 20 shots with the Reapers to try and finish off the Shield Captain if we can. He's on -1.
Yeah.
To hit, right. So 3s. And then we're looking for 4s to win this time. 5 saves, -2.
I'm going to use a CP.
Try and keep him alive.
Yeah.
Here it comes. This is an invuln save.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Passed. Okay. So just 1 wound caused on him. No wounds coming through at all. Okay, so he's got 1 wound left.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's looking very healthy here for the Necrons. They're pushing forwards, and what's happening is that they're putting so many units into the middle of the table. It's making it difficult for Tom to pick up primaries, and it's going to starve the Custodes of victory points here. So Necrons causing a lot of trouble for the Custodes at this point. I'm just looking around for more firepower. I think that's it for the Necrons. So we're going to charges. Obviously, this is the main one. Here, we'll see if this charge goes off against the Dreadnought. Right, so charge has gone ahead. Scorpec destroys. Roll a 6. So they've made it round this far. Some models are going to get to fight. We have got a pilot move to make to see if we can get some more in. Just going around the obstacle here instead of trying to go through it. The charge would have failed if we'd done it that way. So charge does go ahead. We'll make a pilot move and attack here with the Scorpec destroyers. Okay, so dice lined up. We've managed to get 5 out of 6 in. This one hasn't made it in. One of the downsides here, plasma sight. I could roll his charge. Roll something like a 10. He'll make it in. I think we're going to lose this model. No, he's going to die. He's going to be too far away from those. But he's done his job. He's made them go nuts here with infused madness, granting them +1 strength and +1 attack. So we'll go with these first of all. Now the problem is, Scorpec destroys the hyperphase threshers. Damage 2, due to Eternal, they're going to become damage 1. So we may not bring this Dreadnought down. We'll try and get our hits here on 3s. We're re-rolling 1s for the built-in ability here, for hardwired for destruction, which has helped. And the toughness on this thing, 7. So we're going to be on 5s to wound at strength 6. Okay. I've got a feeling we're certainly not going to bring this Dreadnought down here. So these are -3.
2 passed. So how many damage are there?
Damage 2 drops to damage 1.
So
Just 2 wounds. Yeah. Okay.
And ignore it on 6s.
Well done.
So ignored one.
Just 1 wound caused. Duty Eternal, very, very powerful roll. We're going to try and hit here. This is with the Hyperphase Threshers. So, reroll this one. Now, these are coming through at strength 8. So 3s to wound. And I may... Going to command reroll this one. Yes, so there's 5 here at -4.
So
Block 2, it's damage.
I think their invuln's dropped to. Ooh.
5 plus.
Their invuln may have dropped to 5 in the book, but I wonder whether they get +1 to the invuln like the rest of the.
Because your Custodes, yes, worth a look.
If that's the case, then they may have passed.
Tom's consulting the rules, which I was trying to check. I was going to say, if you know the answer, leave it in the comments section, but it'd be too late here. We don't have a phone a friend option.
It doesn't look like they've got the Emperor's Chosen
Keyword.
ability now.
Okay. If you do know the answer, leave it in the comments section, but Tom reckons maybe the Dreadnought doesn't.
It looks like it's all infantry and biker units.
Ah, right, okay. Yes, so those 3 make it through. Damage 3 becomes damage 2, so 6 wounds taken, 6 is to block, none, 6 damage comes through.
So it takes 7 in total.
Yep, still alive, 2 wounds left. Yeah, -1 to wound rolls. I'm playing Whirling Onslaught. Tom's about to attack back. He wasn't expecting it, so we don't want to take too much damage.
So just 2s.
All hit.
And then 3s.
3s instead of 2s. It's help.
Doesn't make any difference.
Doesn't make any difference, right? Okay.
So 3.
Minus.
It is. Sadly, I think it's only -3. It's only -3, so you get 6s.
That was on 3. Looking for 6s. I'll use. No, I'll save the patrons. I've got 2 left. Looking for 6s. None.
3 dead.
Oh, 3 dead. Right. Okay.
The downside of that is the more of those I kill, the more likely they are to get back up.
True. I should average returning 1 to play. 5s to resurrect. That's terrible. Right, so 3 slain. Okay, so models is just about 2 inches here. The size of the unit means I can stretch them a little bit, so coherence is just about okay. Just want to keep this model on this objective here at this point. But Scorpack Destroyer Squad's been decimated here. They've been cut down, half of them destroyed by the Dreadnought that survived. So it is a nasty unit in close combat for sure. And damage is actually 3 plus D3 with that spear. So the Achilles Dreadnought, certainly an expert in close combat. End of turn. Points now to calculating. The Necrons are going to pick up a few here at the end of turn 2 for them. Yes, so a couple of points picked up, not too many. Purge the Vermin. This table quarter has been cleared, so 2 points picked up for the Necrons at the end of their turn. And then another 3 points picked up for Assassinate. The Assassin was destroyed this turn, so 3 points picked up by the Necrons for that. Both sides here lacking in points for primaries. Necron's working on that situation. As remember, the secondary for the Necrons, while we stand, we fight. Necron Warrior Squad's looking healthy enough. Scorpack Destroyers in a spot of bother here against this Dreadnought. But we'll move on to the middle stage of the game. Turn 3. Necron's looking dominant at this stage. We'll press on. Turn 3 coming up next for the Adeptus Custodes. So Tom on his moves here at the start of turn 3. Just to mention the objective markers. So packs of 6 of these are available on eBay. We post them all over the world, so you can use those for your own games of 40k. The link for them will be in the comment section here. So you can use those for your own games of Warhammer 40,000. And then with every order, we're sending one of the stickers through as well. So either this one here you'll get through the post, or it might be one of the new neon finish ones here available as well. But you can check out that link for the eBay store, shipping across the world for the objective markers. Right, so movement's complete here. The Custodian Guard squad has moved through. It looks like Tom's going to try and go for the charge here to clear away the Scorpec Destroyers. That's going to deny us 5 points and save the Dreadnought at the same time. Shield Captain's moved up with them as well. Dreadnought remaining in close combat. Then around the other side, Sagittarian Guard holding position, getting ready to shoot. The Sisters of Silence and Alea moving through, still claiming this objective but pushing through. The Wardens moving through the ruins now. Banner with them, Valerian with them as well. Shield Captain with his last wound, standing boldly next to the Custodian Guardsman here in the face of the Necron advance, just holding on to this objective here, and I reckon lining up for a charge potentially with them. So I've been discussing the game. One of the tricky things here for the Custodes is the need to hold on to 2 primary objectives, and the Necron's swamping the middle of the table. It means that Tom's not picked up any primaries here on turn 3 either, just holding on to this one here, the home objective, which is straightforward enough to hold, but the flank objectives proving difficult to hold at this point. Just the boldness of the Necrons here, pushing forwards to the middle of the tables, disrupting the Adeptus Custodes' attempt to control these central objectives. We'll now go on to something else as well, the Necrons. It's not just a central push, it's like a wide front as well. It's affecting both the flank objectives as well. We'll go on to shooting phase next for the Custodes here on turn 3. Right, so Sagittarian Guard, they're actually going to go into the Immortals. Tom's looking to wipe out units. I think that's the best way to deal with the Necrons. So he's going to try and soften them up here with the heavy bolters, or heavy bolter type weapons.
Toughness 5, aren't you?
Yes.
5. Or -1.
5 -1. Take a 4-up save. Pass 2, 3 dead, and then we'll try and resurrect them on 5s. And get 1 back.
I'll do them all at the same time. It's 3 spears and 1 axe into them as well.
Yep.
3 rolling ones.
Let's go for the Immortals here again. All of yeah, we'll hit on 2s, yep.
But then it's 5s to wound.
There's 3. -1.
-1.
4 ups. Pass 2. And then 5+ to get him back up. We don't. Alright, another model slain.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Hitting on 2s. Oh, not the spears, sorry, swords. Hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s.
This is from both models, from the captain and then from the guardsman as well.
1. There's no minus on this, I don't think.
Passed on a 4. So just stepping back here so you can see what's going on. You can see Tom's flank attack on this side. Then the Necron push driving through the centre of the table, claiming many of the central objectives. And then you can see Tom's damaged units here attacking on the other flank. Wardens pushing through the ruin across there. So I think Dreadnought could shoot in close combat, can't he?
Yes. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. So 2 swords into these guys first. So they hit. Are they still toughness 4?
Yes.
So 1 wound.
Okay.
Minus.
We'll take a 4-up save. Passed.
And then the spears and the axe from the captain. All the same. Oh, there we go.
That's a good roll. And -1.
-1.
5s. We've blocked 2. And then 5s to resurrect. That's ridiculous. Just 1 removed in the end. Yes, Dreadnought's going to fire whilst in close combat here against the Scorpec Destroyers.
So the twin Adrathic Destructor, 2 shots. I don't suffer a minus because it's not heavy, or does everything suffer a minus? I think everything does.
Yeah, it's only heavy weapons that are -1, so 2 hits do come through.
Toughness.
5 on the Scorpec Destroyers.
4. I am going to
Command reroll.
Command reroll.
It's got 2 command points.
Yeah. No.
Doesn't go through. AP minus.
3.
6 up.
It's 3 damage.
Hey, model slain. So model removed.
Achilles Dread Spear. Hitting on 3s. And wounded on
It's going to be a wound.
3s. Minus 3 again.
6 up. No. Another one slain. Okay. We'll take this one away. Yeah, I'll take him away. This has created a situation. The Dreadnought's now freed up. Do I need to think about this one? Do we pin the Dreadnought down? No, I'll swap. I'll keep him in, just to keep the Dreadnought locked in position.
You could still have 2 more there.
Oh, thanks, Tom. Yes, of course, reanimation. Not that Tom wants to help me return any models to play. Oh dear, Necrons have got enough. And we do, one comes back. So we'll put him back on and we'll keep him there. There's a bit of a stretch now for charges. It may well still go ahead. But 2 of the Scorpec destroyers now still in combat here against the Dreadnought. Okay, so shooting phase is now finished. We're going to charges, multiple charges across here to go ahead, and I'm not sure whether Tom's going to go for it, but possible charges here across on the other flank as well. All right, bit of a situation developing here, a bit of a resurge from the Adeptus Custodes. It's come as a bit of a surprise, but multiple charges going ahead. Shield Captain didn't make it in and took 2 wounds from Overwatch. Overwatch with the squad of Necron warriors here. But then Custodian Guard squad is multi-charged. They've charged into the Scorpec destroyers, hoping to finish them off and save the Dreadnought. And then 2 of the models are going to get to fight against the Necron warriors. That's going to disrupt them. My protocol at the moment for this turn is regaining extra wounds for an extra 1 wound for living metal. The Warden's here. He can help units pull back. What Tom's done is multi-charged across here as well. So now the Warden's going to have to make a choice who's going to pull back from combat. Immortals have been charged by the Shield Captain who's just tucked around the corner. The lone Custodian Guardsman swung around into the Immortals and into the Necron Warrior squad. And they've also been charged by the Wardens as well, plunging into that unit.
Valerian
Also,
try and get in as well.
Valerian may as well send him in as well. 6. No, it's not going to put him in.
So
A command reroll is available, I think. So Tom could go for that one, just to.
well.
Why not? 6 rolled again. No, so Valerian's not going to make it in. But that's the current situation. 1, 2, 3 Necron. Well, my 2 Necron Warrior squads and the Immortals all charged into here and potentially disrupted by the Adeptus Custodes.
Double 6. Double 6 for the Sisters of Silence.
Impossible. No.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, worth a go. No, sending the Sisters of Silence in. A surprise here. A lot of charges, very aggressive stuff from the Adeptus Custodes. They're losing patience with the situation, plunging into the Necron battle line. Maximum damage would be good here for the Adeptus Custodes. Tom needs to pick a combat. There's not too much.
Well, you've got no CP left.
Oh, forget it. Fight at will. We can't stop them. So Tom lining up his attacks. Do bear in mind the competition that's available. Like the video, leave a comment, and you'll be entered in to win the pin badge from KOYO Games. Who knows what's inside? Could be the golden double-headed eagle. Could be one of the other faction pins.
So I'll go for the Sentinel Blade first of all into him. So it is 3 attacks.
Okay.
6s are good because I made sure he was within 6, and he's got All Seeing Annihilator, so I get an extra hit.
Nice.
And then I am Strength 5, Toughness 5, 4s. 1.
Ouch, triple 3. It's AP minus 3.
Yep.
6 up. Nope.
D3. 1 dead.
Well done.
And then
That was a good
it's
roll.
Spear as well.
Yep. 2s.
And an extra one.
For the 6, yeah. It's a good trait, that one.
These are wounding on 3s because I'm strength 6, so 2.
Minus for the spear.
3.
Damage.
D3.
D3.
Nothing you can do.
I could call upon the last two Patreons.
Oh, you could do that. Yeah.
Right, come on, Nicholas and Ray. Nicholas, Lucas, and Ray Cross. I'm searching for a 6.
Who's this first? Whose is this one?
This is Nicholas Lucas.
Nicholas, you failed him.
Oh dear. Ray, come on, Ray. This is Ray Cross. Oh, close. It was a 6 I needed.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Damage. Double. You rolled it. Well done. Oh dear. Target destroyed. Scorpec Destroyer's gone. It's going to deprive the Necrons of 5 victory points. And target destroyed.
I'll do these two at the same time because both of them are high strength, so it's only going to be wounded on 3s anyway. And they're both the same AP and damage. So.
Yep.
Hitting on 2s, 6s are good. And then wounded on 3s.
Okay.
5, -3.
I can't stop that, so 5. Yeah, I'm going to roll up my reanimations. 2 get back up, rerolling 1s for Necron Warriors. 3 dead. It's a good result on this flank. It's cleared the Necrons away. This objective is well and truly secured. Tom follows up with a consolidation move into the Necron Warriors. I took casualties away, but he still managed to make contact with them. Well done. So now we're switching over to the fight on the main roadway here. Adeptus Custodes trying to halt the Necron advance. Disruption they're going to cause mainly here, but we'll see how much damage they can do against.
So I'll go captain first.
Yep.
So he gets 5 attack space, +2 for the Veiled Blade because he's within 3 inches of an objective. And he is hitting on
2s.
Rerolling 1s.
Nice.
I think the Veiled Blade, I will just double check what the...
There may be the potential for him to wipe out the Immortals by himself, possibly. No, it's going to be the Veiled Blade's strength for the user. We're toughness 5 Immortals, so 4s will wound. It's okay, yeah, 4 have made it through. AP -3. So I'll take 6s. None. 4 slain, we'll try and resurrect here if we can. If I get one of them back up, so 3 models slain in total. Right, so models removed. Piling move made here by the Lone Custodian Guardsman.
3 attacks.
Forced to wound.
2 more.
6s. Save 1. And then 5+ to reanimate. No, 1 more model slain. So good play from Tom. Here with the Custodes, a lot of damage being caused against the Necrons. Necrons need to be careful. Scorpec Destroyers are gone. Multiple squads been disrupted and still more carnage to come. Just looking up the stats here for the Wardens to see how much damage they can do. It's a full squad of 4 going on into the Necron Warriors.
So they're 4 attacks each. And one has an axe, so I'll do them separately.
Okay.
So hitting on 2s. Rolling 1s for the captain.
Nice, they've all hit. They're dependable, just Adeptus Custodes for sure. You're looking for 3s.
Yeah. 3, 6, 7, 8.
-3.
Yep.
I can't stop it. 8 casualties caused.
And then 3 from the axe, 4 from the axe. Rerolling 1s. And then 2s. So that's 4 more.
That's 12.
And then there's 4 Misericordias as well.
Ooh. Triple 6 and a 5.
So 4 more.
At -2. 1.
They are -2, yeah.
Okay, so we'll take 6s. Double 6 scored. So that's 14 casualties in total here. Right, I'll do my reanimation roll. 5s and 6s is good. That's terrible. Just rerolling 1s for Necron Warriors, yeah. Okay. 3 returned, so it's 11 slain. Okay, so no consolidation move made here with the Wardens. I've made some piling moves of both of my Necron Warrior squads, so I'm going to make my attacks. It's hardly anything here, just 2. 2s to hit though. And a 5s to wound. nothing. And then across this side, it's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8.
I just remembered they were +1 toughness, but luckily all of my spears are strength 6 anyway, so it wouldn't have made any difference. And the axe, I was wounded on 2s, but I think I got everything over 2.
Oh yes, yeah, my little marker is there. Didn't see that. Yeah,
So we didn't mess up.
that's fine. No, we're all good. So we're looking for 5, 8 attacks, 2's tip. So strength 4. Yeah, it's 3. It's 2 up save.
Of course, a double.
Double. 2
Who's
wounds.
this on?
That's on the wardens though, so no model's going to be
Alright,
slain.
So 1 wound taken.
Well done. Okay, it's just a wound taken. Yeah, not forgetting the immortals. Going to the captain. Nothing. Strength 4, toughness 5, so nothing from him. Okay, there's some morale to resolve. Could be problems for the Necron, especially the Necron warrior squads after taking all that damage. But we'll check out morale now.
You're only holding 1 point as well.
Yeah, no, there's. I thought I was in cruise control here with the Necrons, but all of a sudden, the value of gold has increased against the value of silver here in this game. Tom's caused a lot of damage. Look at the casualties that have been added to the dead pile here for the Necrons. Tom's disrupted my entire battle line, causing damage, especially for these 2 squads across here. They've been decimated. Morale, I fouled here. It was a 1 needed, fouled, and then so 1 model slain, then 2 more lost because of combat attrition. Immortals are okay, so 3 of them left. They passed morale, no problem across here, but severe disruption being caused. And the difference is that Necrons, they're okay, not really that good in close combat, whereas the Adeptus Custodes are very happy to continue fighting on in close combat here. Warden's got some choices to make. Who does he pull back out of combat to shoot? It can't be everybody. It can only be one of the units, one of the Necron warrior units within range. Necrons, their grip on this game not as secure as it was. We'll say that much here at this stage. Necrons need to be careful at this point. And that can be the...
There's one thing for sure, it's going to be a very low scoring game.
Possibly for both sides,
You're
yes.
turn 3 and neither of us have got any primaries yet.
No, this doesn't happen very very often. But I have to hand it to Tom. He's done well here. A surprise number of charges coming through has thrown the Necron battle line into chaos. We'll go on to turn 3 now for the Necrons as they try and recover the situation. Okay, turn 3 for the Necrons. Some tough choices to make here about how to deal with the Custodes aggression, but the movement's complete. So augmentation took place on this squad of Necron warriors. They've now received +1 to their ballistic skill. I use rites of reanimation twice, 1 on each side, restoring 1 model to play here and 2 models back to play for this Necron warrior squad. The Warden, they were blessed. This squad here was blessed, so +1 to the hit rolls. That came from Tem Ra, and then Ramses blessed this Necron warrior squad, and then also the bikers as well. And then it was the Warden enabling this unit to pull back out of close combat, and they will be able to shoot at normal ballistic skill. As this turn, it's an extra wound being restored for living metal. So Ramses, both of his wounds removed. He's back up to full strength. He's moved through aggressively, getting ready to charge into these models here. I've pulled back from this with this squad of Necron warriors behind the barricade. Tomb Blaze just readdressing the ranks of them, getting ready to shoot. The Immortals have pulled back away in this direction, just stretching out to the Necron left-hand flank, holding position here with the Canoptic Doomstalker. Trying not to get into trouble here with Luminor Zeros. He's just strung out between these units. Tam Raz swung around to try and take on the Dreadnought. The Necron warriors have bulged out in this direction. They created a bit of a gap for the Hexmark Destroyer to move into, and the Warden has joined that squad as well. So Necron movement is complete. We'll go on to their shooting phase next. They're going to fire the Canoptic Doomstalker, going to rapid fire with the Gauls flares into the lone custodian guardsman, and then across here we're going to fire the main gun into the Dreadnought to see if we can maybe finish it off. D6 shots with the main gun. 3. We'll take that. 4s. I've got a hit. It's going to try and wound. Failed. Come on. No. Do not command reroll, leave it. I'll save that for something else. And then we're going to rapid fire into the Wardens. I have to say, the Canoptic Doomstalkers, they've not done very much here in this game. And we'll try and cause a wound. Nothing. Okay, so Canoptic Doomstalkers firepower is finished. Right, so what we've got lined up next is the Tomb Blades. They're all in range, and it's AP -1 because they're within half range. Going to go into the Wardens. That's all the shots. They're on +1 to the hit rolls, and they're going to play Talent for Annihilation as well. So these 6s to wound will be mortal wounds.
That's your last CP, is it?
Yes, ring spent, yeah. So looking for 2s. It's a lot of dice. We'll take the 1s away.
All 2 of them.
3, 4, yes, not bad at all. And then the great thing about the particle beamers is strength 6, 3s to wound. There's the 666 already, so 3 mortal wounds caused. And then we've got more to come, and more to come here as well. There's a good few 1s and 2s actually. But there's going to be a hefty amount of wounds come through. There's 5, 10, 15, 17 at -1. 17 3-ups. I can see 1s and 2s here. There's 1, there's 2, and almost.
No, that is 3 because 1's got a wound.
1's got a wound already. It's the squad has been wiped. No, 6 plus 2, no pain.
2 6s.
2 6s. Okay. So 1.
So 1 goes with those 2. 1 goes with that one.
Yeah.
And then
a wound onto him. Okay. Not bad. Tomb Blades contributing here to the Necron firepower. Going to fire the Hexmark Destroyers. Going to put the Gauntlet into here, and then the pistol shots are going to go into the Sisters of Silence. So 6 shots against them. Rerolling ones. They've all hit. A toughness 3, 2s to wound. They're all wounded. AP -1, and they're in the open here, so it's going to be 4 ups.
4 dead. And so you get.
Yeah, it's another 1.
No, they're all dead.
So there's 1 left. Oh no, it's a squad of. Oh, they're gone. Okay. He's picked them off. Hexmark Destroyer certainly made his mark here. And we're going to try and, with Gauntlet of the Conflagrator, we're going to try and get some 6s. We get 1. So mortal wound caused here against the Custodian Guard squad. Okay, so it's a squad of 19. I'm doing 10 of the Gauze Flares into here at rapid fire. It's going to be 20 shots. 5 Reapers into here, it's going to be 10 shots. And the 4 remaining left from the squad are going to go into him to try and cause trouble. So we'll do the Gauze Reapers first of all. So looking for 2s because they've been blessed. All of them. 4s to wound. Not that great. There's 4 have made it through. And these at -2.
So I'll go 1 at a time because of my spear.
4 plus.
So he's dead.
Okay.
And then I'll take the next ones on the shield.
3 plus, yeah. Just fouled 1.
Once.
Yeah. This shield, the closest one?
Yeah.
Okay. So Gauze Flares next, all in rapid fire range. So looking for 2s. Okay. 5s to win though. Okay, these are at -2, so Tom will continue taking these on the shield, and there's 6 of them.
1 more wound.
Another wound caused. The remaining 8 shots into the shield captain here, looking for 2s. And then looking for 4s. God, unbelievable. 6 at AP -2. It could be a bit of trouble here. And Tom's rolled.
4.
Past 4, 2 wounds caused. Going to fire the Warden across into him. Needing 3s. And then 3s again because we're strength 6. Yeah, 3 have made it through.
1's made it through.
Okay, 2 damage, so another 2 wounds caused. Actually got 8 wounds, this guy.
Yeah, he's got Indomitable Construction, so he starts with 6 plus 2 for the Captain Commander trait.
Right, incredible. Okay, so 2 wounds remain. Going to try and finish him off with Temen Ra. 3 shots with the Gauze Cannon. All hit. Yeah, just the 1 comes through, so this is quite a big roll. No command point left. Damage of D3. Got him. Unless he's got a feel no pain. No, so he's gone. He's been picked off here. That's an assassinate there for the Necrons. Going to fire Luminor Xerus. Going to go into the Dreadnought. D3 shots. Just the one. Needing a 3. Get the hit. 3's to wound. The wound comes through. -4. Dreadnought invuln save. Ugh, a 6 rolled. Well done. Okay, so this blocks that damage from coming through. Just looking around, see what we've got left. Attacking arrow has already been used. That's firepower done. Charges next for the Necrons on turn 3. Alright, so 2 charges have taken place. Tamarra's made it in just against the Dreadnought. It's too much, I think, for him to take on the Custodes guard squad here as well. Then Ramses, a bit isolated on his own, but he's rolled an 11 for his charge. He's just gone into the Lone Warden to try and finish him off if possible. So we'll start with Ramses, Tamarra first of all. 4 attacks. Extra 1 for Eternal Madness, his Warlord trait, looking for 2s against the Dreadnought. So he gets his hits. We're now looking for 3s to wound with strength 8 in total. Merciless Tyrant gives him +1 strength. God, what a roll. 666, a 5 and a 4. So this should
AP?
be enough. AP -4.
Oh, yeah. Goodbye.
Yep. He's going to go. Does he explode? It's about 10 damage being caused there. Doesn't explode, but Dreadnought destroyed. Picked off here by Tamarra. Yeah, no. Duty Eternal. So half the damage coming through.
At least 1 or 2 to be missed and not go through.
Yes. No, Tamarra's done it. So he'll sit where he is, I think. We're not going to move him any closer to Custodian Guardsman. So we're going to Ramses next, the second in command. See if he can bring down his foe. So Ramses fighting with the Hyperphase Glaive. 2s to hit. 666 and a 2. And then we're looking for 3s to win. Strength 7. Well done, Ramses.
I really would like those dice to be sent off and tested.
Why? There's something wrong with them. There's something wrong. Oh dear, my trusty Xenos dice.
No, he's, yeah, see? Do you know
What's happened there? But you are rolling Imperial Fist dice, Tom. So what? Oh, Tom's just taken the model off the table. I'd like to see what the damage would have been. There, not too high. It's 5-7 wounds being caused. Okay, well done. So he's wiped out what's left of the Wardens. Damage D3. I'm thinking about tapping into the Custodian Guardsman and taking the hits just to stop him from charging into one of my units. Yes, go on then, Ramses. Do something tactical. Voila. So now Tom will fight hitting 2s. Uh-oh. Forced to wound.
Toughness is
5.
5, yeah, just 1.
Just 1. 4+ invuln save. Come on, Ramses, you can do it. Aha! Defiance. Right, so he now locks that model down. That's just helping out the Necron battle line. Good result there for the Necrons at the end. So they've caused damage in return. They've salvaged the situation here. I think they're doing not too bad at all. In the turn, I don't think there's any morale issues. So we'll check to see what points now have been scored by the Necrons. Alright, so turn's finished. Points been picked up for the Necrons. Purge the Vermin this table quarter. So 2 points picked up for that. And then another assassinate taking place. The shield captain brought down. So 3 points picked up for that. So assassinate bringing in most of the points here for the Necrons. It's only secondaries for both of us at this stage. Still no primaries being picked up. But that will change.
I'm on 3 objectives.
Yeah. Does that mean you're going to get 15 points?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Good score, Tom. We're going to go on to turn 4. This game may well finish tighter than we think and possibly end in a result that goes against the run of play. We'll see what happens. Necrons certainly can't count their scarabs until the battle ends here. We're going to go on to turn 4 for the Adeptus Custodes. There could be an upset here. They've picked up a lot of points for primary objectives. Yeah, this is a scary moment here. Tom's picked up 15 victory points of primaries, and all of a sudden it puts the Adeptus Custodes ahead by a fair amount. 3 points picked up for data intercept as well. Tom controlling 3 objectives, and so points filtering through for that as well. Okay, interesting move here from the Adeptus Custodes. Tom knows he can't really cling on to primaries now because it'll give the Necrons a breathing space to then shoot and wipe out units. So Tom's going aggressive again to plunge into the Necrons. And they're going to try and root out characters if he can to pick up points for assassinate. Valerian's moving through, not sure his target. We'll see where he tries to charge. Alea's moved through as well. Custodian Guard going after the Necron Warriors to disrupt them again. And then across here, Ramses has been picked on. The shield captain, 1 wound remaining. is moving around, so that's that model just there. Remaining in close combat with the Custodian Guardsman. The banners move through as well as Tom's characters committing to the fight. Desperate stuff here from both sides. This certainly is the grudge match that we were hoping for. Both sides taking heavy casualties at this point. We'll go on to Tom's shooting phase next. Sagittarium Guard are going to shoot at Illuminor Xerus. Didn't see that one coming. I should have seen it coming, but I didn't. 2's fits, yeah.
Toughness 6?
Yes, I could be toughness 6. Let's hope we're toughness 6. Just going to check inside the book. Illuminor Xerus. Toughness 6. 5s.
A whopping
1. Okay, and it's -1.
Okay. I am getting rid of these dice. I know people don't normally like it when you do that, but I've had enough.
Tom said, we've got other dice. I'll keep these ones here. Tom, he usually brings his own dice.
I know, but then people can't see the 6s when I roll them on the Custodes dice, so I want it to be nice and be nice for the viewers, you know?
That's true. Nice people don't last long in the Warhammer 40,000 in the universe. That's okay.
Nice people don't last.
So what am I trying to do? Roll a 4+ on my Xenos dice. No problem. You got it. 5 passed. Okay, so no damage coming through. There was a chance that was a good choice. You could do it because I was in the middle of the rune. Yeah, no problem. So that's perfectly fine.
2 Sentinel Blades into the Warriors here. 1. No minus.
4 up. Passed on a 6.
The Guardian Spear. 2 hits. 2 wounds. -1.
5s. Passed 1. Try and resurrect here on a 5. No, model slain.
Just into your
Luminal Xerus, right.
2 hits. Same again, please. 1 wound. -1.
4 up. Failed. Damage. 2 damage taken. Okay, dropping down to 6 wounds left.
Vexilla's grenade launcher into him.
I think Valerian fancies his chances against him.
That's what he's gonna.
Okay.
So D3 shots. 2. Hit on 2s. Wounded on 5s. Nope, nothing from there.
Okay.
The captain's going to fire his pistol into these ones at the back there.
Into the Immortals.
2 hits. And 1 wound. -1.
4 up.
No minus, sorry.
Yep. Passed.
Okay. Charges.
Okay, shooting's finished. Charges. This is a critical point in the game. Tom's Custodes they haven't lost the game. There's a chance that they could, if they continue picking up points, can stretch out a lead ahead of the Necrons here. So this game is now moved into a situation where it's far from determining a winner at this point. This is your turn 4, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go these guys first.
Yeah, I can't overwatch, so in they go. 6, happy enough to charge in. Alea's going into the ward and she's seen a gap.
No.
Snake Eyes, no!
No.
Oh, blast.
I'm...
Command reroll. Oh, he spends it. Just don't roll double 1. 6, she's in. She's going to do it. In she goes.
I didn't want to waste that on her.
Something else, right, I see.
He did it.
6-inch charge, we'll put him in.
Oh,
it's a 9. In he goes. Necron's drained of command points.
back to back, Valerian and Alea, just how it should be.
It's like Torval and Dean.
Like Torval and Dean, yeah.
Okay.
Oh dear. I'm just going to move in there.
Yep.
And then the... or do I try and lock down your warriors?
If you don't know who, Torval and Dean, don't even waste your time looking up who they were. They're just a couple of ice skaters.
Let's go for the...
I've not seen anything like this. An army stripped away and just characters plunging in, just rooting, searching for...
I need to go into him.
Victory points. In he goes. This is a bizarre game. Certainly a strange one. We've got multiple combats here at this desperate point. Adeptus Custodes stripped away of their elite infantry. Now the characters, usually shielded, in a game are now having to plunge into the Necron battle line to try and wrestle victory from the jaws of defeat here. Okay, it's the blade being used against the Warden. Tom is cursing the toughness 5 of the Warden. 2s. Eek. It's 5s to wound.
Okay.
Yes, no wounds coming through. Okay. So Warden's going to survive. That's quite crucial because it's part of the Necron tactics to pull units out of close combat. Right, Valerian next. Can he bring down a Luminor Xeris with 6 wounds remaining? This is a big one. Here it comes. 2s.
Toughness.
Toughness 6.
Strength 6.
4s.
Yeah, he means business. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my free reroll from Victor of the Blood Games and get nothing.
Okay.
So they're all at -3.
And what damage, pray tell?
3.
D3. Oh no, I need 6s here. Don't look, Tom. Got a 6. 3d3. You'd need to roll average-ish. 5. That's a head in the hands moment here. There's a wall just behind you, Tom, if you want to make use of it and bang your head against the wall.
Oh, he's got
Oh, no, please.
Is this going to be the same moment again? So the same moment like with the Orc last time, Valerian normally gives his Misericordia to Alea. Alea's going to toss Valerian the Misericordia and he's going to hit. And he's going to wound.
What does that mean?
That means you've got a save of -2.
5+.
Please don't do it.
Do I get anything for cover? No. 5, come on. Believe in yourself.
Please don't do it.
Xenos dice.
Yes!
What does that mean? I can't
That
see.
means he's dead.
No,
That was his last
rolled up
wound.
1. He's
He
gone.
took 5 wounds, and Valerian and Alea team up again to destroy the Luminor Xeris.
They do well. They do well. They do well. Well done to Valerian. Oh, he's not that infused yet. Oh, please, he's gone into the Necron warriors now. So now we're getting surrounded. Right, moving along.
These guys?
Okay.
Did I start using yellow dice again?
You did.
I did.
I was going to say something, but okay.
Maybe I'll go back to the yellow ones again.
You just sit down for a moment. Take a seat, Tom. Just relax.
Dear. So the swords into the warriors.
Okay. The amount of 6s coming through on the Imperial Fist dice. Oh, the captain with his 6 popping.
Oh, that was a 1.
Yes.
Valerian's out.
Oh, okay.
And then 3s. So 4 dead.
Right, yep, AP -4.
And then the spear. One more dead, so 5 dead.
Okay. I'll try and resurrect or reanimate. 3. Rerolling 1s. This is ridiculous. Okay. Just 2 slain. Okay, we're moving over to this flank here against Ramses. Surely he won't survive it. We'll see what Tom rolls up here.
He's back up to 4 wounds.
Yeah.
Rerolling 1s. Toughness 5.
Yep.
4s. 2.
What are you attacking me with?
-2. This is just a Misericordia.
Oh, I see. So we'll take 4+ invuln saves.
2 wounds.
2 wounds taken. There's nothing I can do. I just have to take the damage. 3 wounds left on Ramses. It'd be great to survive, but it's the shield captain I'm afraid of here. And that sword's going to be damage D3.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So all hit.
Yep.
4s. 3.
3. I might survive this. 2d3, I failed 2. I think you're going to get him. 3. He's dead.
4.
Well done. Ramses is gone. Let's just pick Tom up some points for assassinate. He's only got to reach the barricade. He now counts as contacting the Necron warriors. So I'm going to attack back here. 3 into the shield captain. Tom would be slightly... He's tapped in with these two. Tom would be slightly annoyed if we...
I wouldn't be surprised if he dies.
We'll try and wound you first of all. There's a wound. So 3, he's passed. And then 4 into the banner, who's consolidated into them as well. They've been blessed, they've all hit. And triple 5.
Oh, of course he takes.
Takes a wound. That's that one done. And then across here, we'll do the Warden fighting back against a layer. So the Warden needs 3s. He's hit. And he needs 3s to wound. That's the first of those this game, triple 1. Okay, piling move made. 11 attacks into the Custodes here. They're a blessed units. They've been hitting on 2s.
Which is ludicrous. For a robot.
They're blessed robots.
Blessed robots.
5s to wound. There's 3 have made it through.
Here we go, you're going to kill one. No.
Well done. And then we're going to do 2 attacks into Valerian. Hit him once and failed to wound him. That's that resolved. I think that's all the combat's resolved for the Necrons. And in close combat, not that great with regular Necron warrior squads. Turn ends. Some morale to resolve. Not really, I don't think. No damage through here. Just 2 casualties on this squad. So morale will be no problem. We're going to cash in on points, though. Tom's going to pick up a good number, I think, this turn. All right, so points at this stage of the game. We're heading into Necron turn 4. Necrons did get 5 points last turn. They held this objective, and they were holding on to that one over there as well. So 5 points picked up for primaries. So that gives us 11 here for our 2 assassinates as well. Oh, no, it's more than 11. We're actually on 15 because of our 2 turns of Purge the Vermin. So 15 points. Tom's on 26, though. 15 points for his primaries, 6 for Assassinate, and 5 for Data Intercept so far. So the game's close enough. Tom's ahead by 11 points here, but Necrons have a turn in hand, and running out of models is the complaint sometimes of Adeptus Custodes players. It's just model count is very low here. Casualties have been heavy on both sides, but Necrons, one of their strengths is the ability to cling on towards the end of games and to start to become stronger. They need that here. There's Adeptus Custodes characters running amok amongst the Necron lines, slaying characters here. Necrons need to remedy the situation as we head on to their turn 4. There's some effort required here if they wish to achieve victory in this game. Okay, so 5 points picked up for primaries for the Necrons on their turn 4. We have our command structure's broken down a fair bit here. My will be done out of range. Hope we're able to bless the unit. Ramses is gone, so it hasn't been able to affect any of the units here. So back to our regular ballistic skill. But there is the old augmentation on them. Plus on ballistic skill from Illuminor Xerus.
He should lose that. They should lose that because his remote control that he uses to give them that has failed when he got killed.
Is it, or is it like a physical upgrade?
No, I think he just...
I don't know.
Plugs into their brains, and when he's killed, it's
They've gone from Windows 7 to Windows 10.
Yeah.
That's probably worse, actually. Right, so these are pullbacks. I've used the Warden's ability to pull them away, and they'll be able to shoot at normal ballistic skill. The Hexmark Destroyer's swung around. He's circling around looking for a victim here to fire and potentially, maybe, charge into. Tamaraz swung around in this direction, behind the Custodian Guard, and then across here, pull back out of close combat. Nothing much else we could do with the Necron warriors. Tomeblazer jumped up and over the top to claim the objective, and the Immortals, the 3 of them that are left, have moved towards the objective and are in range of that as well. And the Doomstalker happy to sit where it is. We're going to Necron shooting. This could hurt now. It could be a bit of a mopping up action potentially. We'll see what kind of firepower the Necrons can manifest this turn. So I'm going to fire everything that we have with him into Valerian first of all. Let's see if the Canoptic Doomstalker can do something this turn. D6 shots.
Cowardly Necrons.
You've done 1 shot, needing a 4. Keep rolling ones. And then we'll try and hit with 2 of the Gauls weapons. They've hit. And the wound comes through. -1.
The Emperor's blessings be upon him.
Passed. Right, so I'm going to fire the Immortals next. 6 shots. Going to go into the regular Custodian Guardsman. Needing 3s.
-1.
It's -1. Okay, so that's those. And it's strength 5. 2. So 2. Make it through it, -3. Tom will take saves past. This is 3+ Storm Shields. Yeah. Right, so returning to the Tomb Blades, going to combine that. We're using our command point we generated to use Talent for Annihilation once again. Going to split their firepower. Going to go for 2. I want to try and make sure units are destroyed. We're going to put. No, I'm going to split. I'm going to go completely equal between all 3. So 2 particle beamers into each of those models to see what kind of damage we can do. So I want the mortal wounds to go through against the this guardsman here because he's got the most wounds left. So I'll do him first. So 2 shots, there's 12 shots into him. It's 12 shots a time. So looking for 3s. -1 to hit him because of the banner.
Yep, banner.
Interesting. Okay. And they're looking for 3s to wound. 6s are good.
So 1 more.
1 mortal. And 4 saves at -1. He could survive here.
He does not.
Yes. He doesn't. That's right. He's gone. He's already on a wound here. So he's gone. Okay, moving on. Maybe it'd be wise to. Well, he's on -1 anyway, regardless of whether the banner's there or not.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. All right. And I've used a mortal wound up so far. So we'll now go into the banner next. So 4s. 3s to wound. 6s are good. There's a mortal wound. And 3 more saves at -1. Don't think we're going to bring him down.
3 saves. Takes 2 wounds.
It's 2 wounds total. And then lastly, it's going okay. See if we can finish off that shield captain. Looking for 3s. Or 4s, sorry. 1/6 will kill him. There it is. Oh dear. Right, so he's removed from play. The mortal wound takes him out, and there's 2 other saves there. But Talent for Annihilation, very useful when you've got a large volume of firepower coming through. Just the banner man left here. I don't think there's any other shooting I've got against him. So we'll switch now to this side. Firepower available here for the Necron Warriors and the Hexmark Destroyer as well. So I'm going to do Gauntlet first of all into the large unit. Makes sense. Looking for 6s. Nope, so that failed. Really, it's not been that effective. I suppose against an elite army of small units, that relic's not going to be as good. We'll fire the pistols now. I'm going to put those into a layer. You're all in ones. And get our hits. Is she toughness 3? 2s to wound. They've all been wounded. AP -1, but she's in cover though.
How many?
6. So 3 ups.
Don't you ignore cover?
Oh, I ignore cover. I do.
So 3 wounds taken.
Ouch. Okay, so 3 wounds caused on her. So Necron Warriors at 5 Gauls Flayers at rapid fire. It's going to be 10 shots. Going to go into a layer to try and bring her down. And then all the Gauls Reapers, there's 10 of them, going to go into Valerian. So 2s to hit. We'll try and hit a layer here. So something like that. She's toughness 3, so looking for 3s to wound. Okay. 6s to... Oh, Tom's taken the model away. It's 6s to wound with our protocol is an extra AP -1, so that's -3. And there's another one there as well. So she has gone. And then Valerian here. 2s to hit him. So I'm just going to take away the 1s. They do work hard, the Necron Warrior squads. They're grinding firepower here. It is actually 4s to wound, strength 5, toughness 5. If these make any difference, AP -3. No, it's down to 4+ invulns. So that's the situation. 10 saves of 4+ on Valerian.
That's not even AP -3. That's AP -4 for the 6s.
Because of
troops. Yeah.
Because of Mefret Dynasty.
Yeah, Mefret takes you up to -3, and then you get an AP -4 guns.
Because of the protocol.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry. 10 saves here of 4+. The invuln save caps that. He's gonna go. He's lost 7.
Wasn't even close to surviving. How many? 2, 4, 6, 7. He's got
6 wounds.
6 wounds. So even if I did a reroll, which I would for Victor of the Blood games, then he would take exactly 6 and die.
Nothing to do. Okay, he's gone. Alright, so Valerian removed from play and a layer gone as well. Necron's clearing out those 2 characters from the ruins. Just the Custodian Guard here still remain. Tamrad will fire into them, so 3 shots with his Gauls cannon. 3 hits, 2 wounds, invuln saves, D3 at a time.
D3, so I'll do it on the 3 up.
Passed.
On the 3 up. Goes through.
Failed. Yes, the model's already taken 2 wounds, so he can go. Okay, shooting phase finished here for the Necrons. Some charges available for them next. Okay, so charges taking place. Just Tamra. We'll do his attacks here. So, oh, maybe not. Tom's going to do the engagement range.
Yeah, just heroic intervention.
Yeah, no problem. So 4 attacks becomes 5 attacks here for Eternal Madness, Warlord trait. I'll give it 2s. He's strength 8. 3s, doesn't matter, still 3s to wound. Quadruple 5 being rolled.
Damage, 2 damage each.
2 damage a time, yep.
So Storm Shield.
Pass and pass.
Storm Shield. 1 through.
Fab 1, 2 damage taken. This is the spear fighting back. Triple 1, I've seen one of those this game and there's another one. Okay. The next one. Sword. They're a bit more tense, our league games, do I have to say. There's a wound coming through. 5 plus invuln save, sorry, for quantum shielding. Nope.
3 damage.
Yeah, 3 more wounds. Dropping down to 4. It's a good result, and it could cause trouble for Tamara next turn, actually, if Tom remains in close combat. Okay, finished, I think. The banner. Misericordia.
Yeah, 4 attacks, plus 1 for Misericordia, so it's 5. And on 2s. Wounded on 3s. No, your toughness 5. Wounded on 4s, so 2 and minus 1. Minus 2.
5 ups. Failed. 5 plus. Kept 1 alive. We'll take that one away there. Okay, and I think that marks the end of the turn. So we'll calculate points. So Necrons have got some assassinates here. Okay, so morale's not a problem. Necrons have actually caught up 9 points. They're on 27. We've just nipped ahead of Tom here on 26 here. So Necrons have used this turn to catch up, and it should be the case that they can get themselves ahead on the next turn, but we'll see what happens. We'll go on to turn 5. This will go to the last turn of the game. So options are seriously cut down now for the Adeptus Custodes, but we'll see what Tom can come up with here in the last turn of the game for the Adeptus Custodes. Yeah, just talk about Tom's options. His options are to stay in combat, survive, because I'll get to fight first, and then destroy him. That'll get some more points for assassinate. And then he's pulled out of close combat here, and he's going to try and destroy the Necron warriors with the Sagittarium Guard to deny me from getting 5 points.
I won't, because they're toughness 5.
Because of
It's my only option. Either that, or I pull out and try and shoot him and get 2 wounds through. But they're worth 5 points, he's worth 3, so I need to try for both. So.
Just try and score as many points as possible. Yeah. Okay.
So it's literally just jumping straight into shooting them?
Yep, shooting phase. -1 to hit Tomb Blade. Oh, no, you need to find out Tomb Blades. No, press on. Sorry, apologies.
That, yeah, it was awful.
Yes.
It was awful even without the toughness. It was bad. 4.
Okay, -1.
Not enough.
5s.
Yeah, not enough.
4 dead, and then the resurrection. 1 gets back up, so 3 slain. Is your sword a pistol? Yes.
Yeah, sword pistol. 2 hits.
2 hits.
1 wound.
4 plus. Pass that one. We'll immediately go into close combat. I'm going to fight here with 5 attacks. Ideally, Tom wants to survive with both models. So missed with 1. 3s to wound. They've all wounded. Tamar's done well.
Shield. Takes 2 wounds. He took 2 last time, didn't he?
Yes.
Yes, he's dead. And there the other guy's taking 2 wounds as well.
Okay, 1 wound left on the spear.
A spear guy left.
Yep.
His name is Captain Useless, because last time he rolled 3 ones. So let's see whether he can do better.
Aha!
He's hit. Alright.
Well done.
Toughness 7.
Yes. You need to find that one out, actually. We'll just double check it. Toughness 6, yep.
So I'm going to spend my final CP to give me +1 to wound on Guardian Spears.
Okay. A chance to slay Tem and Ra, whatever the outcome of this game. Tom going for the jugular here.
Just want to make sure
The
I've got that right.
proud overlord here of this Necron force. A veteran of the channel. He's been on the channel for a long, long time.
Piercing strike. Add 1 to the wound rolls.
And it's just 1 command point for it.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Oh no! What? You can't roll better than a. Remember?
Oh,
His roll.
right. So it would have been pointless using it.
Pointless using it. Keep your command point.
Yeah, so 1.
Just 1 comes through. I'm going to take a
So
4.
then I'll spend a CP instead then to reroll one of those.
Okay.
And still do nothing.
And here comes the invuln save. And it's a 6. It's been locked.
GG.
Yeah, okay, we're discussing the game. The game is over here. Necrons have won. We're going to press on, though. See if we can get some mopping up done because of Purge the Vermin. That secondary is some points available for that. So
just because it's a league game, we want to make sure the points are up as they should be.
Fair enough. We'll go on to turn 5. The Necrons. It is mopping up time for them. All right, so we've finished the game here. To add 5 power here that's destroyed him. Destroyed the banner, who'd already taken 3 wounds. Necrons amassing all of their firepower to clear those, just for Purge the Vermin to make sure those points came through. So, final score. Tom's points didn't move off of 26. So, points, 15 points picked up for primaries on that turn 4. That was a scary moment for the Necrons. Assassinate picked up 6 points. Domination, difficult here against the Necrons. No points picked up for that. Data Intercept was okay, 5 points for that one. Then for the Necrons, just failing to bring in the primary objective points. 5, 5 and then 15 on the last turn of the game. While we stand, we fight. The 2 Necron warrior squads did survive, so 10 points picked up for that secondary. Purge the Vermin in the end, picked up 12 points. And Assassinate, wasn't expected to score many points on that one, but Necron's able to bring down a good number of the, well, all of them.
All of them, yeah.
All the characters were slain, yeah, so maxing out to 15 points there. So the final score, 62 points to the Necrons, and then 26 points to the Adeptus Custodes here in this fight. In this grudge battle, the Necrons have prevailed in this fight. They truly have purged the Imperial Vermin from this sector. Okay, so the game's over. The results will go into the league here. You can check that out on the Plus channel. Just head over to the Plus channel. Link for that is in the video description below. There's a tab that says League. You don't have to sign in for that. You can just check out all the results and it'll give you an idea of where each of the armies is. It's early stages here. This is the very beginnings of our Season 9 battle reports. There's plenty of games to come. Each army to play 3 games, all being well. So Necrons still have 2 games left. Tom still has 2 games left with his Custodes as well. Both of these armies finished well in the league last season. Necrons were denied the crown. At the knockout stage, Tom's army did make it through. They were crowned champions, but there seems to be, one season to the next, whoever's crowned the champion, often their army struggles. At times the Eldar have struggled. The Tau crashed out of the league as well last season, former champions as well. Will that be the case for the Adeptus Custodes? We'll have to see. There's still 2 games left for them to come, but in this particular fight, Necrons have prevailed. So we'll talk about units of the game next for both sides. Okay, fair enough. Tom's saying his unit's struggling. He's going to give it to Valerian for the moment that Luminor Xeris was brought down. So that was a good moment there for the Adeptus Custodes. For the Necrons, number of contenders. I would say that the Tomb Blades are particularly useful in this game, pumping out that volume of shots. Combining that with the mortal wounds coming through is particularly useful. Also going to mention the Hexmark Destroyer, useful little unit that buried itself in amongst the Necron warriors for most of the game, picking off wounds here and there, and then
killed all the sisters.
Sisters of Silence, gunning them down in one round of firepower from that.
They could be lethal against
lightly armoured
guard or NIDs or anything like that.
Okay. So I'm actually going to give it to the Necron warriors, 2 units that worked hard in this game, took a lot of damage, a lot of flak with those, but managed to compose themselves and hang in there, picking up 10 points as well for the Necrons in this game by staying alive. But with the help of the Warden, able to pull back and continue shooting quite often during the game as well. So the humble Necron warrior gets unit of the game here for the Necrons. That's units of the game for both sides. Fascinating encounter, this battle. Necrons in cruise control for the good half of the game, then a bold and brave counter-attack here led by the characters. The Adeptus Custodes almost caused a real upset for the Necrons, but Necrons managed to hold it together and see the game through to ultimate victory. Maybe these two sides will clash again. We'll have to see, or maybe they'll avoid each other in future games. We'll see. Great game. Thanks for watching, and we'll just mention the silver level patrons. So that's Caleb, Denny Wright, Maxfield Knuckles, My Shield is Disgust, Peter Goodall, and TC. So that's the silver level patrons. Thanks for your support. Great game. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.